is very positive that things have not turned violent today, but we're seeing these images of, we've got 2,000 National Guard troops that have been called in by the President of the United States and going above the governor who would normally be doing something like this. What do you make of the politics of all this? Governor Gavin Newsom is accusing the president of trying to create a spectacle that is not needed. Where do you sit on this?
Well, I think let's first deal with what's happening here. I think it's prudent on behalf of the president to perhaps send in these National Guard troops to quell or certainly deter or dissuade any kind of violence. So far, it doesn't appear to be today. My sources tell me, and I don't know if you've reported this yet, Anna, but there were several federal law enforcement officials who were hurt, in the past day or two. So I think it's prudent from the president to, again, position these National Guard troops, which, by the way, are under the authority for him to do so. Now, what's going on between him and the governor, Governor Newsom, that's a political aspect of this that, again, I think that's one thing. But really the bottom line here is really to protect and secure the American people, in this case, the citizens of Los Angeles, as well as to give an environment for these protesters to, in a civil way to protest. That's certainly part of what makes America great and our freedoms and so forth. But you've got to do it without violence. I think having the National Guard troops there will perhaps prevent or maybe dissuade violence from breaking out later on.
We had our Nancy Liu out there reporting yesterday and doing some remarkable coverage on the ground, too. And yes, we saw she was talking about the pepper balls and the tear gas and all of that, and struggling to breathe a bit out there, similar with Mills and all of the coughing and everything. And she was talking about what she was seeing. And that was these protesters that weren't just walking around carrying peaceful signs and chanting. It was throwing concrete slabs and rocks and bottles and cans, and there was a car on fire and trash burning in the streets. But it didn't get so far out of hand that there were hundreds of people arrested or something. And Los Angeles does have thousands of police officers themselves. Do you think Los Angeles could have handled this without National Guard troops being called in?
Well, I think let's rather look at what the current conditions were, or what Nancy was reporting on, and certainly Mills. What I'm looking for is really to prevent a greater outbreak of civil disturbance here in this case. If you're talking concrete slabs and other things, and perhaps Molotov cocktails of those things, that could potentially be a result of this disturbance. I think, again, I think it's prudent that that the president provides National Guard coverage here. Again, in a peaceful manner. It's to quell the disturbance. And so Los Angeles has had, some, in its past, any large community, any large city like this has had disturbances in the past. This is to prevent that from happening. So I would focus on the prevention aspect of it. And so, again, I think it's, I've used this word many times, but I think it's prudent and to make sure that it doesn't escalate into something that is now perhaps not indicated right now, but once it, gets at nighttime and dark, that's when, nefarious things can happen and you get an outbreak, and all of a sudden you could get in a position where, let's say there is an outbreak, let's say there is some violence, let's say there is some much more disturbance than what we've seen to date. You'd get a lot of second guessing in terms of what, Governor Newsom or maybe the city of Los Angeles was able to do. And I think having the National Guard troops, which is exactly what they're trained to do, Anna, is to quell any type of outbreak of violence.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.